Okay, so thank you very much for coming tonight. I know kind of last minute. This is something I do want to get on the schedule on a monthly basis for our leadership community. I also added in our community leads. Not all of our community leads are premiers yet, so they're not in the leadership page, but they are a huge part of Posh Crew and how it runs. It's also part of kind of the agenda tonight as we talk about things. So a few things before we get started that I had on the agenda was going over community leads. Talking about what they are, what they do, and if you would like or know anybody within your team that you'd like to nominate or be a part of our community leads. Those are the people where each day we have 2 community leads or people that watch over the page throughout the whole entire week, okay, and it rotates. We're gonna talk about that. I wanna kind of glance over the Posh Crew units and the focus on there. I want to talk to you guys a little bit about the January new beginnings or new fresh start thing that I'm doing in January, what my thought pattern is. I know Kim's familiar with it already because I ran by my concept by Kim and Jasmine and Jessica Cammerman. They gave me some really good feedback, which helped me kind of change it up for January leading into February. So I kind of want to give you guys a chance to hear a little bit of that, give your input. I'm kind of moving forward with it, but only because I didn't have a chance that we would be able to come together and talk about it before January. I kind of had to get started. So we'll talk about that. One of the things that was brought to my attention today, and I know we have, thank goodness Jasmine and Jessica did those 8 days end of the year posts. Those have been super helpful to kind of move through the end of this month, beginning of January. One of the topics is tax information. This is something that I'd like to talk about here, get some suggestions and ideas for kind of those newbies as we're ending a year and going into a new year. This is kind of that good time to talk about that. Then I want to open it up for any ideas, suggestions, questions, and a date for next month so that we can connect on a regular basis. Leah made it. We can't hear, but that's okay. Mute on mute.
Yes, we're good now. I got a brand new laptop for Christmas and everything's crazy, so.
Oh, good, yay. Well, I just went over kind of our topics of focus. So we will jump right in. Any questions before we get started, guys? Concerns to start out with? We good to go? Okay, I started the recording, right? Yes. I have to double check myself. This time of night and me don't go well together. My brain shuts off. Okay, so community leads. If you're not familiar with it, in our Spark page each month, I have a graphic that shows the 2 leads per day throughout the week. Okay, so for example, we'll just use Monday for an example. Monday, there's 2 community leads, which is Jasmine and myself. We keep it very kind of routine throughout the week. Tuesdays, Tiffany and Becky, and so on and so forth. The reason for 2 community leads is, number one, different people have different ideas, information, talents, things that they bring to the table. So that gives you a bigger and a wider variety for our new consultants, seasoned consultants, to hear ideas from different leaders. I have gleaned a lot of information and great things from many of the community leads. It's added a lot of value per se to Posh Crew in general, instead of me verbally vomiting things all the time. So there's 2 community leads also. So if someone needs a vacation, someone gets sick, someone just, life throws them a couple wrenches, that they have someone that can take over. And a lot of times we have a chat group that we've developed. Someone will pop in, hey, I'm unavailable on this date. Could someone jump in and help my partner? And we jump in and help each other. So being a part of the community lead board is kind of an honor, and it is something that we take seriously, because I do talk to them about things ahead of time, because they need to know information. That information does not get released from that little group conversation, but it helps them to better direct our crew in general, each and every day. Okay, so this is what I wanted to talk about. Life happens. People, this is our second switch of our community leads. So we had one that we started with. We revamped that because life happens and people find out that they can't keep up with it. And we made a second group. We're kind of in that avenue right now. A couple people have kind of switched path. Jobs have been harder. Homeschooling's been harder. Just reevaluating things. So I did want to open it up. So far, we have Mondays covered. That's Jasmine and me are staying the same. Tuesday is Tiffany, Judd, and Becky. They're going to stay there. Wednesdays, Courtney Tompkins and Katie Copeland. Those are the same. Thursday, we are looking for someone else, okay, if possible. We have Laura Burns, who is a very, very good Pink +3, does amazing things. She is by herself right now on Thursday, so we're looking for a community lead for Thursday. Friday, we have Kim Lecker. Hey, did you catch that, Kim? I said it right. She's got such a slow Wi-Fi. We have Kim and Jessica Kammerman, okay? Saturday, we need 2, and Sunday we need 2. Now, here's my thought pattern. If we cannot fill Saturday and Sunday, I'd like to fill Saturday. I'm happy I did doubles. I did Mondays and Saturdays this time around, and I'm happy to do Mondays and Saturdays again. Have someone come in and help me on Saturdays if they would like. But we have also, and this is up for discussion, we have talked about leaving Sundays free of no one really community lead wise, just jumping in as you have free time and answering questions, and using it as that self-care recharge, plan your week kind of day, okay? So what we're looking for is if any of our Posh Crew leaders or community leaders would like to be a part of that. We're looking for, again, Thursday, Saturday, and we up for discussion for Sundays. What do you guys think for Sundays?
I mean, I think either way, I like having maybe Sundays open. I mean, I'm happy to help on a weekend. On a Saturday, I could do Saturday with someone if I had a partner. Weekdays obviously are hard, but.
Leah, did you have a question, honey?
I might have missed just how many times you're posting in there. I've noticed being in there, still kind of new to it, that they're posting a couple times, but how often, I mean, I don't see obviously all of the posts. So I see some of them, but how often are the community leaders posting? And is it more just moderation and looking for questions like that day you're on, or is it more coming up with ideas and sharing?
Both, kind of
Okay.
both. I am always on there every single day. So if a lot of times I will post in between if something comes to my head, but those two leaders usually communicate with what they're going to talk about for the day. So leading into that to help you guys so you feel good, let me show you something. And you guys all, as PC community leads, have access to this. You probably don't know or didn't realize you do. But we have a document right here that is our monthly focus team training. So in this helps guide the community leaders, because they were like, I feel like we don't have any guidance in what we're doing. And I didn't want it to be something that's cumbersome for anybody. I didn't want it to be something extra on their plate. I wanted it to complement what you're currently doing in your team pages and bring that skill over to Posh Crew and shine there. So we just kind of, and I put them on the action calendar now. The first week of the month is sales tips, goals, monthly focus. So during that first week, if you're a community leader on Monday, maybe you and your partner talk about, hey, what kind of sales tips do we have for the feature of the month? Or how do we sample this? So it's broken up into 4 rotations, okay? And then we always have Monday Mingle. I always do Monday Mingle. Second Tuesday of the month is the new consultant training. Third is a company training as a whole. And then we have a mini training, which is if you have somebody in your downline or you yourself have something that you would like to come in and do a small mini training on in the month that we're looking for, okay? And then you have your weekly focuses, which are just ideas for you. So if you're on Friday, Kim does a lot of follow-up Friday. That's something she's very consistent with. And that's what we're looking for. But you could do Friend Friday, trivia and fun posts, engagement, interaction. But on this, we work in 3-month cycles. So right now, here's December's. Here's January's. Okay, so we're looking into January. We have morning mingles covered. The Tuesday Zoom calls covered. Sasha's doing the company training. And then we have a mini trainer here. Okay, I'm just showing you this document so you kind of can see where you can get information. So then down here, let's say themes and ideas. We're on week, what is it? Week 2 is recruiting focus, and you and your partner are having a hard time deciding what you want to focus on. There's ideas for recruiting focus training ideas. So if you guys want to do a training or share something, it's really up to you and how you want to add value, unless we have specific things that Posh is working on or that we're working on. Does that make sense? Yeah. So really you're just adding value with what you do on your page and what you want to do with your community lead. Okay. Kim says, I think leaving Sundays open is a good idea. I mean, we could definitely have a post that's auto post on Sunday that says self-care Sunday and gives them 3 things that they can work on for the day. 1, do something pampering for yourself. 2, plan out your week. 3, whatever. I mean, I can always create a post for that too. If we did that, that would only lead us to meeting a person on Thursday and 2 people on Saturday. So noodle over, there's Pat. Noodle over that one and let me know what you think. Tiffany, you got it. You getting enough of her trainings and those Patisms kind of come out. Okay, so questions, you can unmute on the community leadership group, and if or you have anybody that would be interested. Leslie, smile. I see you. Okay, so we will, Kristen, did you have a question? You good?
Sorry, I was trying to get my son to be quiet for a sec. So I'm open to helping. I will just say that I think I would need to maybe talk to you more on the side about it, just because of what I talked to you about earlier. But I am open to helping one of the days. So just leave it at that.
Like I said, I do not want anything to be overwhelming. And the other positive thing is, if this is your first time doing it, pairing you up with a Laura Burns or someone else that has done it is very helpful. It's always, I say it's always fearful until you try, because that's the same as our Tuesday training calls. Everybody's like, I don't know if I'll know what to do. And then they do it and they're like, oh my gosh, that was easy. And so, yeah, it's not bad. It's super easy. So,
yeah, that's pretty much how I feel. So
yeah, we talked about that. Okay. Second thing, Posh Crew units and focus. So the only thing I wanted to talk about here is Pat has really talked about creating units that are very good for our green beans, so your newer people, and also have some expanded training that people can reach into. Now, I have felt that we have done a very good job with this throughout the last few years, but things change. I do feel that our units may need some updating, may need things removed or changed. And I am looking for ideas and suggestions for that. Currently, and I don't know, how many of you guys even use the units, or do you have your own made on your own group pages? That's the other thing to ask.
I have mine. I know Kristen does too.
Because maybe that's something we don't worry about. Kim says she's currently working on them.
I always add my new people to Posh Crew and have them go through your units because I think they're just great. But I haven't looked at them in a while. So yeah, if there's anything that needs to change, I'm happy to help out.
Okay.
With verbiage, graphics, whatever.
Okay, so when I popped this up earlier, and I'll just show you guys real fast. There are a few that I think switching out would be fine. Units, here we go. So we have the Posh Crew new team member. I think the biggest thing on this, I love this, maybe updating some photos in it. We actually worked really hard on creating a welcome wagon at one point that had posts that led them through, you know, before your kit comes, what things to focus on first. This is a very good unit for newbies. May need some wording update, some phone number updates, things like that. Pink packets need to just have a newer image to them, but super good. I love that unit. This one, core training for 2019. It has some really good things about core launches, switching over. I don't know how many people actually look at that. 5 months to Premier Plan. This is one I'm a little iffy on, just because we've changed the pay plan. I don't know how relevant that currently is. We'd have to dive in and look at that one. The launching pad here, actually I created because I didn't feel like people were utilizing the launching pad. So this is actually the unit where it teaches them how to log into the launching pad, and takes them through the different portions of that, so they don't even have to log in. So it's kind of an expanded welcome new member post. And then we have party trainings, which we've been adding if someone does a training on parties. I like this. Gives them a chance to come in and look at different ways that people have done their parties. Lauren Parker's in there, Tiffany's in there on pampered reading cards. Just really good. Here's a pampering class. I think this one was Kim's pampering class. There's Kim again talking about her pampering class. So I really feel that unit's good. This was the paid plan launch in 2020. I think is still pretty relevant if someone wants to dig into the paid plan. And then I'm making the unit of company trainings here. So every Sunday of the month, that company training gets logged into our company training unit vault, kind of per se. And then I will talk about Unit 8 because that's the one that I'm working on right now. Kim, I'm seeing you twice. So I don't know, I guess what I'm asking is that something we want to revamp? Is it something you just want to focus on your own team pages? I just want Posh Crew to be a community to help and support, but I don't want it to replace. But it does take, I also like it to be more than just my words. So any suggestions are welcome. Tiffany, I think most of that is super helpful. Maybe adjust where needed. Okay. I think so too. That like that premiere one may be something we can get rid of. Now, Sunday in January, Sasha's going to be talking about Trello boards and creating party scripts for the year on her Trello boards. And I can kind of show you what she's up to. It's very good. I actually just subscribed to Trello boards because I'm using it for this training I'm going to be doing. But I think that's another great resource that we can link people to that are like me. I don't like social media. I don't like Facebook parties. I haven't found my groove. If I can kind of see what other people are doing and modify it, it makes life a whole heck of a lot easier because I'm not doing too many of my home parties. So we can also focus a unit on Trello boards, how to set it up, what to do. And if you guys have any other suggestions or things that you would like to see put into the units that we're missing, please let me know. I'll write them down, and that will be kind of a checklist of things that I start going off of in January. I agree. I actually don't know some of this was here, even though, yep. Yeah, it is. It's very overwhelming, and I think, I don't know who I was talking to. I think it was Sasha I was talking to. She's like, we have so much good content, and people are in so many different places that content gets missed. And that's where I'm like, okay, where do we stop the madness? Because I feel like I want to make Posh Crew good for everybody, but I also want you guys to have your team pages that are good. So that's where I'm looking for, like, what do you want to see? What do you not want to see? Kind of advice or direction. So one of the big things also was like I took Jasmine's and Jennifer's end of the year thing and put it on Posh Crew because I knew if I did anything different than what they were doing, it took away from the focus in their group if they had people in Posh Crew. So I want to keep it meshed with what you guys are doing so that it complements and doesn't butt heads. So communication as far as that goes. Hey, Shalene, I am doing this on my team page. What can I do? What can you do to incorporate that within Posh Crew? Cassandra, you're totally good, girl. I'm recording it anyways. Okay. All right. Okay, so next. Everybody good? Leah, you're so cute. You just smile. So cute. Okay, so before we get into the thing that I am going to start doing in January, and I'm always looking for help, but one of the things that was brought to my attention that I have not planned for Posh Crew and kind of want to kind of collaborate with you guys is, what are you doing on your team pages, and how can I complement and help you guys with that as far as tax stuff goes? And I know established people, and like what I told Laura was, it's hard. We can give guidance, we can give direction, but a lot of times you'll hear us say, every state's different. You have to meet with your CPA. So a lot of times just giving them information as far as, this is how I keep track. These are some of the things I keep track of. I think are good things, especially as we have a lot of newer up and coming people that are going to start needing to keep track of those things a little closer in this next year that maybe have not had to. So I don't know, what are you guys currently doing? Anything, thinking of doing anything? Do you want to do anything? Yeah, so Kim said in regards to the units, if there are any holes in the training, you can ask the leaders if they have any, they can provide you to link into the units. And that's really good, because that's another point I wanted to talk about. If I'm on your team page and I think you do amazing things, like Kim is super amazing with ingredients. I suck wad. And she has hashtag ingredient focus, and she breaks down all the ingredients every single week, day, or whatever, however she does it. Super amazing. So if you're a community lead and you do that, taking that information from yours and throwing it on Posh Crew is very helpful. Hashtag it, make a hashtag group, make a topic group. I don't care, but your content is very helpful for other people. Kristen, your graphics you do, amazing. You complement what others of us lack. So those are kind of the things that you would bring in as a community lead. Oh, don't get me started on taxes. Well, I'm no longer very good either, because I just printed off all my PayPal, all my Venmos, and they're in piles, and I'm handing them to my tax guy. I've gotten really bad, really bad. Kim's like shaking.
I didn't know she was an accountant. That's awesome.
No numbers.
So my question though is, so UNCON this year that was virtual, we had somebody talk about taxes. And I mean, that should still be in the asset library. We should totally link that, because that gives something for people to kind of stand on, and that's from a business perspective. And it doesn't put the liability on us. I know I took notes on that section, and there were a lot of things I thought I'd been doing really good with my CPA, and I'm like, oh, I didn't think about that, and I didn't think about that. So hopefully that's still there. I'm certain that not everybody watched that's in Posh Crew. I know not everybody on my team. I had a lot of people attend virtually, but we all have people that didn't, so that's a good asset to use.
Okay, that's awesome, Tiffany. I will actually look for it. And if I can't find it, I'll ask somebody at home office if they have it sitting in some vault somewhere that they could provide it for us. Because they did think that was very good. And it is hard, because I've been in this 9 years and I can't write off my children at this point. And when she was talking about using them for a write-off, that may be good for someone that's still up and coming. And it's also, I guess, good information to go to your CPA and say, this has been presented to me. In the state of California, can we do this? So it gives them very educational information to ask. Okay, awesome. That was a good one, Tiffany. Way to go, rock star. And then if you guys have anything, like one year when I was newer, second or third year, I did a video on a stupid file that I had with manila envelopes in it, and I had them labeled business supplies. I don't know. I had each one labeled, and I kept track of my receipts in it. And it was just a simple system that I created to help me stay organized. If you have something like that, what you do may help someone else. I mean, to me, it made sense. Was it a little bit more work? Or the other one I did was I took an envelope, and every month I put the envelope in my planner. And every time I had a receipt for my business, instead of throwing them around willy-nilly, I put them in the envelope, and then at the end of the month, I would file them in their sections. So I think information like that's very helpful for newbies that are like, I don't even know where to start, right? Okay, so anything like that, you know, jump in on Posh Crew. I will get those videos up. Okay. Ideas, suggestions, things that are going around in your head that you'd like to bring attention to or would like to have considered for Posh Crew, and dates. Would you guys like to have a monthly date that we all kind of come in and collaborate? What kind of days, times work best? I make lots of faces.
I don't even know what to say there. I think it's going to vary for a lot of us because, I mean, even if we stagger it month by month, there's just, you're going to have some people that are going to be able to make it and some people that can't. But I think evenings probably work best for most people, or Sunday afternoons.
Okay. So one of the things as far as, you know, planning goes, the way I think in my head is, do we want it closer to the beginning of the month so we can plan that month out, or do we want it towards the end like this, not quite this close to the end, but maybe a week earlier, like the third week of the month, so that we have time to finish strong and plan into the next? So I'm just kind of thinking, where does it place the best?
I actually wouldn't mind having two, although that might be harder for people, but one where it's a plan for the end of the month, and then another for once we've had our end of month call, or I guess planning call with home office, not end of month, but that way, because it's hard to do one or the other and have a good time for both without being behind. Like if we wait till the second week or even the first week to do, like end of the first week of the month is kind of behind to get things going for that month. But I don't know.
Well, and I think if we got on a good routine and we have like if we kept like the Google Doc going where we're working in 3-month rotations, we'll kind of know what's coming for the next month. And it'll be like, oh yeah, for next month, this is the idea I had regarding March Madness. Okay, these are some things that I'm thinking of doing. What can we do together, or how can we help each other? So if we can get that Google Doc, so Laura Burns is creating that for me. I can have her create more months. We can kind of make sure everybody's added. You can jump in, put ideas and topics for the months, fill in people that you think would want to help. So we can really use that. I can put a poll up because I love polls. I can put a poll up so people can argue on dates, and then we can decide what we want to do. I love polls.
Oh yeah, all the crickets. It's so fun.
Or it's like, no, not that, but this, not that. And I'm like, thank you, Kim. She let me know I don't know my dates and that it's the end of the month. All right, I don't want to take up tons of your guys' time. I would love to, if you could stay, just give you a little overview on what I have noodled around in my head, and I'm going to implement starting January 4th after we finish these 8-day posts. I talked about it on Morning Mingle, so you can leave if you would like. I will post this recording. But, and if everybody leaves, I'll just quit talking to myself and go to bed. Bye. Anyway, so what I was thinking was I went to Kim and Jessica and Jasmine. I was like, okay, you guys, I've done fitness forever. And one of the things I have done lately was called 75 Hard. And 75 Hard was not just about getting healthy, losing weight, and getting into shape. It was actually worked on your mindset, facing fears, and doing things that are hard day in and day out. It added a lot of value to my life. So when I started thinking about what that did for me, how could I take that and put it into a business model, I came up with the idea of like a 75-day consistency challenge. Now, we know consistency, if there's any magic in our business, it's consistency. It's doing business building, ROIs, time and time again, and being present, okay? Like I tell anybody, there's no magic, but if you're consistent over time, you will see the benefits. So I made it a consistency challenge of 75 days. Now, when I presented it to Kim and the ladies, they're like, oh, I'm a little overwhelmed. Can you like break this down a little bit? And I'm like, okay, I see your point. So here's what I came up with. Starting on January 4th, I have created the first unit. The first unit takes the big picture and we're going to break it down each week. So they're going to have a total of 4 units. They have to complete the 4 units, which is a video and an activity they have to do all week long. And that activity builds each week. And then February, I'm going to have an opt-in group. Now, the opt-in group is somewhat opt-in. 1, they have to complete the units. 2, they have to be really willing to do something for their business. Now, because it's 75 days, and if you mess up, you start over on day 1. So it is hard. It is not easy. So when I talked about this, it really is geared towards those pink +2s and pink +3s. But I felt that the content had value for everyone. So I'm starting with the units, 4 units, leading into an opt-in group that's 75 days. And my goal is to give some great prizes. I have 2 $1,500 Tiffany gift cards I can buy some Tiffany gifts for. I have a turtle blanket that Dawn Reed just bought for me. So they're big prizes, but the prize is really learning the consistency of your business and doing these activities. So just for a fast overview, so you kind of see the activities that you will have to do for 75 days. And not all of them are immediate ROIs, meaning doing them is going to show benefits in your business. There are things like tracking your numbers every single day, so you can evaluate and modify things within your business if things are not going right. Same as dieting, okay? You track it every single day. If you don't track it, you don't realize that you ate it, okay? So same kind of concept. So I'll just show you just a few things, and then I will let you guys. Kim, you're still talking on here. Oh, where's my Trello board? Okay, so this is little squirrel moment. This is the Trello board that Sasha's working on as far as a year long of different parties, scripts, and ideas. We talked about that earlier. If you weren't here, we'll talk about it later. But the consistency crew. So what the consistency crew will be is, this looks a little crazy, but it's broken up into month, weekly, daily activities, okay? So on January 4th through the 9th, which will be our first one, I've pre-recorded the video. I have the monthly focus sheet up. It goes over things like 4 parties a month, okay? Your monthly goal, the big picture, is at least 4 parties a month, okay? We know Pat talks about 5, but we're gonna focus on starting with 4. So they're getting into the education now. Why do I need 4? That's 1 a week. It's doable, it's maintainable, things like that. There'll be the monthly goal sheet, and I go over with them how to set a goal, what is realistic for a goal according to Pat's, like 10 to 15% thing, education like that. Their 2 biggest takeaways from the first training are, 1, setting their monthly goal sheet, and 2, starting to track their numbers every single day. And that's all covered in the short video. Well, not short, it's 30 minutes. But that's taken care of on the first week. And then the second week, we start breaking it down 1 party per week. We go through the weekly assessment, so they're taking their big picture and breaking it down into weekly focuses so they understand what they have to plan for every single week. And we start talking about building in topics. So as far as topics go, what I'm talking about there is the 11th through the 15th, we start talking about, what are you consistently doing? What's your customer focus consistently? Do you have a weekly schedule where, like, Monday's Motivational Monday, Tuesday is Tip Tuesday? We're going to encourage them to start creating that consistency in their business. And you're going to see why, because they're going to have those things that they have to do for 75 days. They got to make sure they're present and consistent on both their team page and their customer page. Okay, so it's an educational piece, which is good for the whole group, but will actually educate them going into the 75-day consistency challenge. Daily, again, this one's going to be talking more about funnels. Each day, they will have 3 connections that they have to do every day. 1 hostess, 1 customer, 1 sponsor, okay? But it could be dripping on them. It can be connecting with a new or a current one, or it could be a follow-up. But they have to do 3 a day, 1 in each category. And I educate on that. And then last but not least, the last week will be talking about self-development books. Each day, 1 to 2 pages of a self-development book. When I did my program, it was 10 pages every single day. I was nicer. I said 1 to 2 pages every single day of a self-development book. And then I will get them opted into the 75-day consistency challenge, where I have made up trackers, Excel sheets, fun little, I have lots of different trackers for it. So that's kind of my stinking thinkings about that whole thing. Again, over here, it's February 4th through the 9th is monthly goals. 11th through the 15th, weekly goals, customer and team focus. 18th through the 22nd is connection, dripping, funnels, purchase, host, join. And then the 25th through the 29th will be self-development, try, learn, evaluate, and getting ready to opt in to the 75-day consistency challenge with awards and, of course, a group of accountability, a group of extended education that's geared towards that group and that group only. So you'll still have like your green bean, your newer training, how to sample, things on Posh Crew, and this will pull some people over into a different higher level consistency business building group that we can focus on. So questions, suggestions, am I smoking something really good or not so good? Is that better, Kim? More broken down? Okay. Anybody overwhelmed with it? Have suggestions?
Is this for everyone or is this for the pink 1 and pink 2s?
Good question. The stuff starting in January will be available to everybody in Posh Crew as units. So they could do it per se anytime during the week, but I'm encouraging them to do it at the beginning of the week so that they can work on those skills throughout the week, because the idea is to build on those skills throughout the month so that they're not overwhelmed with, I've got to do my monthly goal, my weekly goal, my assessment check-in. They learn it in small pieces. Now, it's going to weed out people. It's expected to weed out people, and that's what I want for the opt-in challenge. I want those people that want to be there, want to work for it, to be in the opt-in challenge, and I want to reward those people. But I want the information to be available to everybody. The first part, not the second part. Because I'll probably do continued education in the opt-in group to further what we're doing and why we're doing it. But for right now, to not get overwhelmed, I'm starting on this part.
So the opt-in group, though, is that going to be an option for all ranks that have met the first criteria, or is it a rank-based requirement?
Nope, anybody will have a chance to opt in. They just have to finish all 4 units, and they have to opt over into the group. So once the group's made, they have to opt in. And it's the same thing. You're not going to be rewarded if you're not following through, because they start all over on day 1 when they miss a day.
Totally asking for myself, because Lord knows I need some help.
You're good. You guys, you don't know, like, I almost at the end of my 75-day challenge, one of our things we had to do is you had to take a progress picture every single day. I hate taking pictures of myself, especially in minimal clothes, and I had to do it every day. I almost lost my 75-day challenge and had to start back at the beginning because of a damn photo. So it is hard. I mean, it's hard no matter what but it can do good things for your business: self-development, consistency, programming, duplication, things like that.
Will this program, again, asking for myself, include, showing me how I can, like, recruit someone for once in my flipping life?
Yeah, we could get into that a little bit, Cassandra. I will be totally honest. Those are things that I will pull other people in on, because currently this situation of COVID has given me a run for my money. I am a recruiter per parties, develop my relationships through parties, usually hostesses through my parties become consultants, and I'm not very good at Facebook parties. But yeah, we can totally do something like that. Again, it'll be, pulling some people in that are really good at different things, whether it be Facebook parties, things like that. Because who's really good at recruiting right now? Tell me. Kristen!
I recruited my entire team during COVID because I've only been with Posh for 1 year. So every recruit is during COVID.
Amazing, though.
I mean, I don't think I'm the best, but I must be doing something right.
And it's seasons of life too, Cassandra. I think those of us that have been here a while, and Pat kind of reiterates this a lot, you're just in a different season where we've kind of gone through people that we know, people that they know. Not saying that those are depleted, because we can still expand our network. And I'm working on going on some live like groups where I'm doing goal setting with networking women, all that fun stuff to meet new people. But yeah, it is different seasons of your business. I mean, it gets hard, but you also shift. Like my shift is I'm working on trainings a lot more. And so I know I have to be okay with that shift a little bit. But it is.
I just asked because I know I've spoke with Carolee and I've spoke with Pat and I've speak with my team. And again, I can't recruit to save my life. So it's probably why my team can't either. I just feel like that's the biggest gap that we have in our training, even from home office and from us as leaders training to the field on conversation starters, verbiage. I even asked, was speaking with Carolee and told her, like, I used to work for telemarketing. I know it's awful, but you had this like book, and if somebody was like, oh, not right now, well, then you had this like list of 5 things you could say if they said not right now. You know what I mean? Just like conversation starters and to keep things going. I'm literally one of those. It's like, hey, your party was great. You should totally rock this. Let me know. Bye. Okay. Don't look at me. Like, it's really bad.
I think we totally can bring, I think that would be like, she's totally fine, Christy. I think we could totally, it would be like a great Zoom meeting. In other words, people popping in, talking about how they recruit. Because like I said, I recruit from my parties and the people I meet at my parties. Whereas anybody, Leah, anybody, Tiffany may do it totally different, but having those ideas, I think, and hearing their verbiage and how they present it, I think would be a very good idea. A recruiting roundtable.
That sounds fun. Let's do it. I'm not a very good recruiter either, but it would be fun to do.
I got it. Okay. So I have that on my sheet, Cassandra. It's down. Recruiting roundtable, recruiting conversation starters. Do you have any of your old telemarketing stuff?
Girl, I was 17. No, I don't have any of my own old telemarketing stuff.
Come on. We could
20 years ago, okay?
Say A, you go B if they say B.
Why aren't you a hoarder, Cassandra?
See, now,
because I live with 2 hoarders, so I literally have to purge my entire life or we would live in a pile of muck.
Maybe we'll just have to hunt down a few telemarketers and see if we can get their conversation starters. Excuse me, in search of, on Facebook, a telemarketer that can give me conversation starters.
Well, I've just always said, like, for me, it just blows my mind that there's not like so much more information on recruiting, you know, because at the end of the day, team building and building your downline and them building their downline is how consistency grows in the business. And there's a lack, and it's not from Posh Crew, it's a lack in just in general.
I think we struggle on that a little bit because I feel that in general, our consultant base is, at least on Posh Crew, is pretty authentic and genuine with what they do. And a lot of times if you take any of those recruiting trainings per an MLM or per any kind of recruiter on the internet, they're going to tell you how to do that. And I'm not telling you that doesn't work. It does work. It just depends on what you want out of your business. Okay, it's the same thing when you look at how you present the opportunity. If you present it as a discount, or if you present it as a lifestyle or something long-term you want to do, you're going to get two different types of people. And a good one to talk to about that would be Jessica Perrier, because she will tell you straight up, she has a massive front line. She had a huge YouTube that people would just join, but she had the numbers. You saw the numbers, but what you didn't see is she had a lot that did absolutely nothing. So I think there's things out there, and I think there's things that work. We just need to take that information and find how it fits best into your life, or how it fits best into someone else's life, to make it authentically you. Because otherwise, I think it does become kind of verbal vomit for people. Hey, you can be a multimillionaire in 6 months by following these 3 steps. And those people jump on the boat, and then they realize, oh crap, it doesn't work that way. And then we become the scam. That's what MLMs have done to direct sales and marketing in general. So I think there's good things. We just need to find what works best for our group and our people.
Right. No, I agree with that. We definitely don't want it to be some kind of, put the peg in the hole type of situation. Right. But I know for a lot of people, they won't even approach it. They won't even share the opportunity because they feel that they don't have the skill to do it. I mean, I do it. I don't do it well. I just throw spaghetti at the wall and hope something sticks. But some people won't even start the conversation.
Right. And I think another thing to focus on is what's the fear. A lot of the fear, and that's why I did the Dauntless by Design, the launch pad, was the fear of a new person coming in is, I don't know what I'm doing. How am I going to help someone else do it? So giving them the platform to say, okay, connect them here. I'm going to work with you. I'm going to work with your sponsor, and we're going to get you all started together. I think giving them the confidence in that will allow them to speak to the opportunity a little bit more. But we also have to, put those things in place so they feel confident saying that. That would be the other thing. What's the fear? What's their biggest fear? But yeah, I think that's really good, Cassandra. Good one. Anything else, guys? I think I've kept you long enough. But I love you, and I love seeing your faces. Yes. You love seeing all my crazy faces? All right. I think
Kristen landed in the right spot somehow between the two of you. I swear.
Craziness. Yeah, a new kit. Can we have a new kit? Something to talk to. I love the idea, and I'm going to get on a tangent, and don't get me started, but the ROTM is good, but it went from switching it to keeping it the same for 2 months and the kit being the same. We actually need something that gives you like you were saying, a conversation starter. I know that's hard on a home office, but I really think that helps. Like when a new kit would come out and I had potential sitting on the fence, and I was able to say, hey, just want to let you know, these are the new things this month. These are the things that we can do to get you started. Is this a better month for you? I kind of get lost with those words with the same kit.
Don't get rid of the small kit, because that's what I signed with.
Did you?
And I push it hard. And my bigger people also signed with that kit. And I don't know if it's because of my story that a lot of people know. Like I had $42 in my bank account, could only afford the smaller kit, and just like took a chance on myself. And that's kind of, obviously that's kind of how I've gotten a lot of other people to join. Right. But that always makes me nervous when people want to get rid of that kit, because I have been able to be able to work so hard. And I feel like people that get that kit, that I have experienced actually want a business versus the people that I'm getting who are just getting the $99 kit because they want the products and they want the ROTM. So I know, I'm a newbie, and like there's so many people who think of it totally opposite, but since we're talking about it, I just want to voice my opinion on that.
No, I think that's good. And we need people to voice their opinion on that, because I think, again, it has gotten a bad rap for the way that it's used. It can be used in a very beneficial and powerful way in your situation, like what you were saying, but it has also been used super bad. So again, just highlighting the good parts of that kit. Plus, we also have the hosts to join, I think, can be a very positive thing too, because they can work very hard to earn it. So
even if they would switch out, they must have the forms. I'm thinking they ordered a ton of those forms, and I don't think we will have a kit change until then, like drastic kit change. But even if they would just change out the soapy and hand cream, or things that would fit in the same spot, because a hang up that I have is that there's 2 things that are Sassiuma in there, and I'm just like, really, could we not just put like Brazilian Bombshell or any other soapy in there, just so they have another scent to talk about, like, oh, and here's soapy again, or not soapy, but Sassiuma again. Like, it's less diversity to sample out when you first get your kit. I don't know. I feel like they could switch things out and it wouldn't be that hard.
Well, and I will be honest. I mean, getting on Facebook and talking about our starter kit isn't easy to do when you're talking about the same thing month after month after month. You almost just don't do it. And so it becomes that, join my team, I need to recruit, join my team. Instead of, hey, this is what we do, this is what we offer, this is what you can do with it. The same thing, I missed the hostess tiers. That was another amazing connection point for me, was, hey, this is the tier each month. Let me show you what we offer. So it's like, this is what we offer. Did you see? So
and now we
The
have no
changing
clue
kit.
what's in that kit or in the hostess thing. It varies so much, and it's not at all what we were told it was going to be. And
oh, believe me, Darlene has not shut up about that, because me and Darlene were pulled into an individual group with them regarding the hostess rewards. And I said, no, don't do it unless you can keep up with it and it's duplicatable. Don't do it. But they did it. So
I know that some of us did talk about the kit too. I know I had a conversation about it as well. And like you guys said, like I hear Kristen, I have a lot of people that do the $30 kit and are successful. And then I have others like myself. And I think it's all kind of where you come from. But like, I signed up as a kidnapper 100%. Like, I had no desire to do any of this. And I fell in love with all this random stuff in my kit that I wouldn't have tried otherwise. So, and I think that the fact that the kit has the best sellers is kind of what the problem is, because people are not going to buy a kit that has the best seller. They already have that usually, or they've sampled that. So I like putting other things in there, or a variety. So I know it's something that they're listening to, and I think that will help. But I'm with Kristen. I always joke that I don't like the $30 kit, but I know a lot of my people wouldn't be there without it. So I like them both.
And I like action. I like to see samples in the kit. I like to see things like that, because I'll tell you, if I'm looking at a company and I can get a kit for $150 that's chocked full of things, or I can spend $150 on 3 products, I'm going to buy the kit. And I'm not going to do anything with it. I mean, so there's that difference between making the kit look really good or making the kit look good that's useful for your business. So
I definitely liked when the products changed, because there was this more like, okay, this is the last month that you can get this kit. It gave you something to talk about at the beginning of the month, middle of the month, and end of the month. When you don't have that anymore, it's like, here's this coconut oil. I don't know what it smells like. It might smell like trees, but get it anyway. Like, it's just, I don't know. I do like having the face wash and the moisturizer stay the same. I miss the fact that there's not a face mask because I feel like that's a really sampleable, 3-step facial situation. But we definitely need more variety. I don't know why we're telling you this, like you can fix it right now, but
Well, one of the things I just wrote down is maybe as a community on Posh Crew, even though the kit stays the same, maybe we create something that is a talking point for the month and we challenge everybody. Okay, this is what we're focusing on for this month. It's your job to connect with those people and talk about this. It's your job to do a video on this. So it's pulling them back into thinking about doing those things with the current kit, but challenging them to do it. I mean, so different talking points per month, like a talking point challenge on hosting, a talking point challenge on sponsoring, things like that. I mean, we have no control of the kit. I'll pass all along, and I do. But if we can think of some actionable items to help people talk about it more often, I think that would help too.
I think another thing that might help too, while we have the ROTM, is maybe having somebody when they get it, even talk more about it because again, I don't know what this mistletoe coconut oil smells like either. So if I have a firsthand encounter from somebody so I can go brag about it to others, I don't know.
And I can help with that because now the way they were doing it is every other month we would either get the ROTM or we'll get splurge early. I have the ROTM. So that can be something on myself that I can do for you guys is I can get on and do a live review on it because that freaking coconut oil is amazing. And I don't like piney, citrus, that kind of smell. And I love it. I love it. It's so good. So no, totally talking on ROTM on the months it comes out and maybe featuring it again each month. I can do that for sure. Okay, got that down. All right, this was my naughty and nice list. It's now a whole bunch of notes. All right, loves. Well, anything dire need, let me know. I will upload this. It probably won't be loaded until tomorrow. I'll put it on PC Community and I'll put it on our leadership group. Please consider or think of people in your team that may be good as a community lead. We can butt them up, or not butt them up. We can tie them in with someone that's done it before. Butt them up. That sounds bad. And I'm not even drinking. I'm drinking tea. So again, it's Thursday, and we have 2 on Saturday, and then your feedback as far as Sundays go. If we just move ahead on a base post that they do self-care Sunday and planning. Okay? All right, guys. Really, I appreciate each and every one of you taking your time out of your family to join me and to give me input and to help us on this journey. You're very much appreciated. Okay? I love you.
Thank you.
You guys later.